Hi everyone, welcome to the year 2025-26. Welcome to my class. My name is Mrs. Oladejo. I will be your teacher for English Contemporary Indigenous Voices, and this is the e-learning class. So I've got two classes, one e-learning and one online. So I'm just going to be going over basically what you guys will be expecting from this course for the semester one. All right, so let me start. Again, I'm gonna go briefly around the detail byte space. I know you guys we use the Prism for the e-learning class, but if you guys have to get any information or you need to submit any assignment, you guys must actually come to your detail byte space. This is where I will be checking for your um attendance. I'm going to be checking for assignment, and this is where I'm going to be posting all assignments as well. So first of all, this is the course home, and I'm going to go straight to the content. So I'm going to go straight to the content. So here, I've got everything all straight to the last um or to the last laps, which will be the final evaluation. But I'm just gonna quickly go over the first one. So this is, so again, everything will be eating, and I do make it every week. So it's gonna be a weekly affair. So let's say for an example, this week, because there's a long weekend, that is where we're gonna be starting customer. So for every Monday, if it's a regular 5 day school period, you guys will get an announcement from me every morning by 9 a.m. on a Monday. And again, I would make all your contents visible for you to. So right now it's hidden, so I'm gonna make it visible for anything I want you guys to see every week. So for this week, I'm gonna make all this visible. So this is a course outline and evaluation and the evaluation plan. So I want you guys to go over that. So I'm gonna open that so that we can briefly go over that. One second, guys. So this is their all right. So this is your evaluation and plan, and I think I'm missing something. I'm gonna make sure I fix that. So this is like an introduction on what you guys are to be expected from this course and the evaluation plan. So this is a brief course description, and this is from the Ministry of the curriculum document. I want you guys to go over that. I might not be going over that with you. We have the policy document as well. I want you to look at the growing success. I want you to look at We Rise Together, the 2.0 We Rise Together. I want you guys to look at the empowering modern learners, and I want you guys to look at the education for reconciliation, which is call to action. So again, there are elements of the medicine world that we're going to be talking about. Sorry, it's an e-learning class. So there is an element of the medicine wheel as a guiding point for this course. So I want you to look at the north, which signifies learning that is directed towards the mind, knowing, developing context, and a lexicon for exploration and truth telling. Then we look at the east. So this is learning that is directed towards the spirit, understanding indigenous identities, culture, knowledge, and culture transmission and storytelling. Then we're gonna look at the south, which will mean learning that is directed towards the heart, the belonging, the exploring representations and resurgence, making personal connections, and developing relationships through interactive media exploration and curation. Then we look at the West, which is learning that is directed towards the body, exploring actions, movement, reconciliation, and land back through research in various perspectives and thorough deconstruction and reconstructions of narratives. So we're looking at the teaching and lesson design philosophy. Okay, so we have the UDL, which is called the Universal Design for Learning, and this will be a representation of which will offer information in more than one format. So for an example, let's say we have a textbooks, and that's the primary visual, but providing text, we could provide audio, we could provide video, and hands-on learning gives all students a choice to access the material in whatever way that is best suited to their learning strengths. So some people are visual. So like myself, I'm a visual person. Even if I'm reading a book, at times I want to see it visually. That will help me. That's my strength. So the universal design for learning makes gives that room for us to provide different opportunities in which you guys can learn from. Okay, so again, we're going to be looking at the action and expression. We're going to give students more than one way to interact with the material and to show what they are they've learned. For example, taking a pencil and paper test, giving an oral presentation, or doing a group project. It could be in different forms. Now we will look at engagement. Teacher look for multiple ways to motivate students, letting kids make choices, and giving them assignments that feel relevant to their lives, or some examples of how teachers can sustain students' interest. Other common strategies include making skill building feel like a game or different types of opportunities for students to get up and move around the classroom. So I want you guys to go over this. Then the unit in the course, so we're going to have a unit 1. This is where we're going to be introducing to indigenous identities, communities, and histories through First Nations, Métis, and Inuit text form. So we're going to look at unit 2, which will be short works. Then this will mean moving towards a deeper understanding of indigenous voices and the importance of telling one story. Now we're going to be looking at unit 3, which is a novel study, and it's likely we'll look at one of I'm not so sure, so I'm not gonna pinpoint at the exact textbooks we might be using, but last year we did use Hunting by Stars, so I do not know what we're gonna be using. It could be the narratives, and I think that's what we will be using this semester. But again, I'm not so sure yet. So once I have the exact textbook we'll be using, I would definitely make an announcement around that. So again, we will look at unit 4, which will be the media study. We're going to look at indigenous representative in the media and pop culture. How do I assess my student? How do I evaluate? So we're going to be having diagnostic assessment for learning. Examples include KWL, chart, survey, discussion, quiz, pre-write, interactive, writing, Google form, concept map, brainstorming, learning skills. Then we're going to look at the formative evaluation assessment has learning. Example will include check-ins, portfolios, journals, exit slips, written video, audio activities, um, Yeah, and so forth. So we're going to be looking at the summative evaluation, which will be the last phase, and this will be a 30% of what you guys have learned throughout the course. So which is the assessment of learning, and examples could include reflections, it could be conference, it could be discussing, posting, it could be infographic, it could be slideshows, and it could be a project. But this class, when the time comes, I will let you know what we'll be doing for the final evaluation. So evaluation of student achievement will be defined by 4 overarching learning goal categories. Do we have the social emotional learning? We have the academic integrity. I'm going to be reading that. So in this course, we believe it's so important to be honest and to do your own thinking. When you are working on assignment, you must think for yourself and come up with your own ideas. Show off your brain superpowers and let unique ideas shine. We uphold a culture of academic excellence and emphasize the importance of integrity and making sure that we engage in the philosophy. You are not only honoring a commitment to be honest and ethical, but you also contribute to the knowledge of the whole class. So while using AI is not restricted, okay? It is not restricted for use AI. Okay? If it or any other tool is used to complete your work for you, it will not be accepted. You can prompt the AI, not using the total AI to generate an assignment for you. I will check, guys. Okay, it will be up to the teacher direction whether you get another opportunity to complete the task. Anytime you are borrowing an idea from someone somewhere, you must give credit to that individual or the source that you're taking that material from. All right, so the overarching learning goals, we have the OLG one, we're going to be focusing on writing. Learners can identify appropriate ways to refer to indigenous peoples in diverse contexts, form questions to guide my exploration of themes and issues that are related to indigenous people. Okay? Then, understanding the challenges the indigenous individuals, and communities are faced, controlling that, their own narratives, and resisting colonist views. We're going to look at the OLG2, which will focus on oral learners, which will understand how intended audience and purpose determine text form, structures, stylistic elements in First Nations, the Métis and the Inuit. Text forms and can listen to understand the various perspectives of different indigenous peoples. Okay, understanding the diversity and nuance of their lived experiences, and I can identify the skills, the functions, and the significance of the oral tradition while using my own oral skills to share my learning. Then the OLG3, this will focus on reading learners understand how intended audience and purpose determine text form, structure, and stylistic elements in First Nations, Métis, and the Inuit text forms, and can apply a variety of reading strategies to interpret and analyze various text forms, audiences, themes, topics, text features, and stylistic element of First Nations, Métis, and the Inuit storytellers. Then we have the OLG4, and this will focus on the media, and this means you can explore, you can deconstruct and reconstruct an understanding of media text forms to the terms of indigenous identities, relationships, and self determination. Then we have the term cost, which will be 70 percentage, and we have the final culminating project, which will be 30. So making 100 percentage. So we're going to be having 70, which will comprise your assignments, which will comprise the discussion board, which will comprise um, attendance might be part of it. Okay, so let's say for an example, I have someone who comes to class who I see online every time when I'm getting the attendance done, and that person is probably 2 marks to get to, or probably a 70 or 60. I can go and look at the attendance. Oh, I know this guy comes to class. Anytime I go to mark my attendance online, I see this person there. So this might be a good way to make sure that you guys check every week, every day. I mean, coming online, it's an online course, right? Going there, checking the content, looking at what you can do, and make sure that you're on top of your game will be a very, very realistic goals for you. Okay? All right, so I'm going to move away from this, and that is again, that's the course outline and the evaluation plan for this class. So I'm going to move away from that. Then getting to know your teachers. Okay, my name is Mrs. Oladejo. My zodiac sign is Sagittarius. I'm a proud Man City fan. I have 3 boys of the age 21, 18, and 15, and I'm a soccer mom as well. So in my house, my husband is a fan of Arsenal. My first son is a Liverpool fan. My second is Man City, like the mom, and my third is Liverpool. So it's always a chaos every weekend when we're watching the Premiership, right? So yeah, I'm a soccer mom, and I just love that. So about me, again, my name is Miss Oladejo. I'm married with 3 boys. I'm a very ambitious woman. Ooh, um, who believes to do great things and always aspire to be great in life. I am a teacher with 14 years of high school experience. I'm also an RN nurse. Basically, I'm a mental health nurse. Okay, and I am on a journey to make a positive impact in my generation, in the world. Let me take you to the various aspects that defines who I am, who defines me, and make me who I am. I love being a teacher. Like I said, I'm a nurse. I love fashion. My motto is do more of what you love. So my favorite colors are green, a pink, a brown. Fun fact about me, I'm a soccer mom. I love cooking and I'm traveling around the world. And I do not love cucumbers. Okay, so that's basically about me. Um, Again, I have also included this for you. I can't go over this. I want you guys to please go over this slide deck, and it's contemporary indigenous voices need to know, the things that you need to know. Okay, important ideas and terms that you need to know. What is land acknowledgement? We all know that land acknowledgement are an honest and historically accurate way to recognize the traditional nations, the traditional First Nations, the Métis, and all the unit territories of our place, right? Why are they necessary? We know they are necessary because land acknowledgements are inspired by the 96 recommended calls to action which contained in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of Canada. Land acknowledgement as necessary again. First step towards honoring the original occupants of a place. They also help Canadians recognize and respect Indigenous peoples, right? And inherent kingship believes when it comes to the land, especially show those beliefs were restricted for so long. All right, so I want you guys to all read this. How should I act during the acknowledgement? Remember that moving forward, building a safe space, having a sense of community. So, what is community? Within Indigenous culture, there is an importance on the role of communities. Within our classroom, we will strive to have an open, inclusive, safe, and accepting environment. More information will be provided over the course of the following few days as we begin building our own community, our own space. Then I want you to make sure that I read the title by Beth Strano. So it's quite lengthy. I think it's about 20, 31 or 38 slides. So yeah, that's about that. And I've also included videos for you. Okay, I have some videos that I would like you to watch in the first week so that you have an idea of what exactly is indigenous, who are the indigenous people, and how can they be well represented. Then we have the treaties with indigenous peoples. We have the Indian Acts. We're going to be talking this. We're going to be. This is actually a topic on its own, and we're going to be looking at it in depth. Okay, we have the residential schools in Canada. And these are all videos that I've provided for you. We have the reconciliation. We have we are all one. Youth, Truth and Reconciliation in Canada. How to be an ally to Indigenous people. So these are videos that I've provided for you guys because again, it's an e-learning class and you guys will have on your own. Take your time and watch the video. Then the library orientation. I will go over that. I think I need to make a few changes here. Let me go back so that we can look at the library orientation. Oh, I will do the library orientation next week. Then this is for next year. Then we have the unit 17 and our first week, which is here. I have again provided the week 1 overview for you. So what we're going to be doing this week, it's been provided and we're going to look at that shortly. Okay. So for the week 1, I will do that on the announcement. So again, we will look at the bright space, scavenger. Then you guys will work on your virtual lockers. Well, it's an assignment, but it's a formative assignment. Okay, so I'm gonna click on the virtual. Give me 1 second. So what I wanted to do with the virtual locker collaborative slide deck activity is that. Let me open this up. I'm gonna fix that now. So this is me, right? So I want each and every one of you to go in there, click one of those and try to see what represents you. So this is Miss Oladejo. These are my boys to men. I love cooking. Like I said, I'm a foodie and I love reading Michelle Obama. I do take my Starbucks all the time, and that's why you can see the Starbucks. I love strawberry pie, and that's why you see the Starbucks here. And this is my coffee. Okay, So every one of you will come in here. You're gonna pick one slide, and once you guys are done, I want you to go in there and add in as many things that represent who you are. Everything that represents who you are in the slide deck. Okay? That is what I want you to do for me. Alright, so I'm gonna go back. There's this. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, and this will be for this week. So when I see us next week, we will start our journey. So this is my first um, recording for the year on my announcement. So what I do is either I do one on the content and I do a recording one on other announcements as well. But being the first week, we're gonna be looking at our weekly overview for the week, and that is where you will see that under the announcement. All right, guys, I'm looking forward to getting to meet every one of you. So um I will have meetings, okay? So that what that means is on Tuesdays and Thursdays I have something called office hours, okay? So it's gonna be in the time frame of when I have you guys in my schedule. So let's say for an example, I'm gonna be providing the Teams link, Microsoft Teams link for you guys so that you will have access to talk to me regarding if you have any clarification, you have questions for me, then that'll be a good opportunity for you guys to do that. So let's say for an example, you're not going to be you're not you can't reach out to me due to one thing or the other. Probably you guys are work, you guys have got jobs, or you guys are in different location, and my schedule might not suit your own purpose. So I'm expecting you to reach out to me. Then we can always work around to see what best fits your schedule. Okay? So yeah, so that's about it. I hope we're all gonna have a nice time together. And again, I always say this to kids and to my students: always be on top of your game. All right, do not procrastinate. Anytime you see an assignment, you see a due date, work towards making sure that you complete your assignment on time. You do not want a situation whereby 6, 7, 8, 10 days it's past due and Miss Oladejo will have to deduct 1 mark from that. You don't want that. And if you guys will not be submitting your assignment due to one reason or the other, just let me know. Send me an email, or Miss O, I'm not gonna be able to get it done by Tuesday because I have this because of that. Then I know. Okay. Yeah, and if I do remember any other thing, I'll reach out to you. I want you guys to have a lovely week, and I'm looking forward to get to see you guys in my office hours. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.